A lot of athletes face a ton of challenges in any aspect of their transition, whether it's the athlete that is no longer competing in sports because they graduated from college, or the athlete who plays professional sports and their career is ending in terms of their competitive career. To touch on the college athletics piece first and foremost, a lot of college athletes are not properly prepared for life after sports. College is a very insulated environment, and a lot of stuff is done for you. Your meals, when you're supposed to go to class, who's supposed to, everything's paid for. That's not the reality of the world that you and I know. Nobody calls me and tells me to pay my rent. You have to learn how to be your own adult and be responsible for yourself. And I think a lot of college athletes that transition to life after sports really struggle with that. From a professional sports standpoint, in many cases it could be exacerbated because you're going from an environment where everything is done for you. You're on a scholarship. In many cases, because of NIL, you're paid exceptionally well now. You're told what classes to go to. In many cases, you're told what to wear, what to eat, how to live as this exact copy of what someone else wants you to be. And then you go to pro sports and you make even more money, but in many cases, it's similar. You got to show up to practice at this time, you got to wear this uniform. And the transition for a professional athlete is a little different because when you're playing for a professional team, there's a lot of free time that you have outside of practice that you didn't have before when you were in college athletics. So a lot of athletes that I've talked to is like, man, sometimes I don't know. I wasn't used to, I got to show up to practice on my own. I've got to be responsible for my time. If I don't do something, I'm just fined for it, which, again, teaches you some sense of accountability, but not the accountability that you'll see in the real world. Like I said, when I have to pay rent, if I miss the deadline, that's on me. If you're in college athletics and you don't pay rent, more often than not, your coach can fix it or somebody can make your problem go away. So I think the transitions at each stage teach athletes how to be responsible for themselves, how to have their own identity, how to live in the world that is real to the rest of us and challenging enough without the added layers of the public eye and multiple people with their hands out maybe wanting something from you and money that many of us will never see. I may never be a $100 million person, but there are athletes who are $100 million people. So all of those things, it kind of becomes challenging when you're saying to someone, the reality that you've lived your entire life up until this point now changes, and you have to figure out who you want to be, how you want to show up in the world, how to manage your time, your space, all of those things, and potentially be responsible for other people now. If you have a wife, if you have children, if you're married, if you have a husband or partner, it's hard for them to come to the sense of reality that my life is different now. And it affects them mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. And I want to help lessen the blow a little bit and help them to feel more supported, like you're not going through this by yourself.